Hey guys, so I've been promising this video for quite a while, and that is talking to you guys about how to save tons and tons of money on high-end makeup, as well as how to get makeup for free. Now I want to make sure I'm clear on a couple things up front about this video. I will have timestamps in the description box below because I already know it's going to be a long video, and I want to get a couple disclaimers out of the way first. This video is going to focus on high-end in general, or mid-range we sometimes call it. If you are not shopping at the drugstore for makeup, I highly encourage you to start there, especially if you are on a tight budget. If your last experience with shopping at the drugstore was 2008, then I've got some good news for you, and that is that 2018's drugstore makeup has gotten so much better. I've talked about this in other videos. It is a really great place to find excellent quality makeup. Just make sure you read the reviews because it's hit or miss. And also when it comes to drugstore, you should never pay drugstore prices. I know it's already inexpensive, but there are always some kind of deals going on, some kind of specials. So make sure that you do take advantage of that, whether it's your $3.50 off coupon off a $15 purchase at Ulta, or buy 2 get 1 free, something like that. You can always pay less on drugstore prices than the ticketed price. A couple other tips and tricks before I get into specifics. I highly recommend that you have a running list in your head of your favorite products as opposed to having a holy grail. And the reason for this is that if you're running low on your absolute favorite foundation, you can go to the store and often your favorite foundation will still be at full price, but you can look around and find something that is very similar to it that is on sale. So it's a tip of being flexible so that you can save in the long run. I know this won't apply to everybody, but if you can be flexible, you will save more money. Along with this, another kind of common sense tip, if you will, is that when a product is first released, you're not going to get it at a discount. The more that you can be patient, the more that you can save. This is a life principle, and it absolutely applies to makeup as well. And then one last general tip is to be really cautious with heavily promoted Instagram and even YouTube brands. If they're brands that you can't really easily find at the store, but they're heavily pushed on the internet, just be aware that a lot of influencers do get kickbacks, and that may be why they're calling a product the absolute best thing ever, but it's not easily accessible to you. Just something to keep in mind. I do know a lot of people like Instagram brands, but just be aware of the kickback, and it will help you to be a smarter shopper. Okay, so let's start getting into some specifics. What I'm going to do is run through all of our favorite stores to shop at. Then I'm going to discuss cashback, gift cards, and then sites where you can get free makeup. Again, all timestamps will be in the description box. Let's start off with Sephora. So I feel like Sephora was a main starting point for a lot of people, and there are definitely some perks to Sephora. Sephora does offer a point system where you get a point for every dollar that you spend, and you can start redeeming your points at 100 points. You can get some nice little deluxe samples for 100 points. And then of course they have 500 and 1,000 point perks as well. One of the biggest criticisms with Sephora's point system is that it's just not that great. You don't get cash ever, you get only samples or full-size items. However, you can absolutely watch for points multipliers. I like to save my perfume purchases for the 3x points multiplier. You get 3 times the amount of points. Usually happens around Valentine's Day. They do other points perks like that. It's just something to watch out for. If you stay aware of when those happen, you can be on top of that. Sephora also does a 15% off sale in the spring and then a 20% off sale in the fall, as well as sends out coupons depending on the level of purchases you make with Sephora. You should always be signed up for rewards programs. Sephora's, you are either a beauty insider, a VIB if you have spent over $350, and if you spend over $1,000, you're a VIB Rouge. With Sephora, the perks don't increase exponentially as you spend more and more, and this is one of the biggest criticisms that they do face, is people who say, I've spent $1,000 here and I don't really see any reward for it. So I would just say don't necessarily focus on trying to hit any of those $350, $1,000 levels. It's just not that big of a deal, but there is something that I really would recommend at Sephora, and that is flash shipping. Flash shipping is $10 a year, and once you pay that fee, you get free shipping for the entire year no matter what you spend. This becomes really beneficial if you like to get their gift with purchase, which you can get at a $25 purchase. The benefit of this system is that you can really pick which samples interest you, as opposed to many other retailers where you just get whatever sample that they currently have. This is a very nice system. If you have purchased Flash, you can spend that $25 and be done shopping. And there is one final gigantic perk of Sephora, and that is in-store samples. I highly recommend these. These are amazing. You can get up to 3 samples per visit. Honestly, I wish more stores would do this because in my opinion it helps to prevent returns in the long run. If you don't know if a foundation is going to work for you, ask for a sample, try it out, and that can help you to avoid that situation of having purchased and having to return a foundation that doesn't work for your skin. Let's move on to talking about Ulta. Everybody talks about Ulta's point system because it is simply amazing. I just said that Sephora sometimes runs 3x points multipliers. Well, Ulta will run up to 10 times the amount of points. Ulta offers so many points multipliers that, again, if you are adhering to flexibility, it will benefit you so much to purchase from the brand that is currently running the points multiplier. For example, if there's a 5x points multiplier and you buy a $10 item, you get 50 points back. The reason this is so good at Ulta is because as opposed to just getting deluxe samples or even full sizes, you get money to spend at the store. Most people will tell you to spend your points only in 2,000 points increments, and I kind of agree, but not entirely. For me, I would say do not ever spend in less than 1,000 points increments, and I'll get to why. 2,000 points gives you $125 to spend. You have to spend it all at once, but it is $125. Now, 1,000 points gives you 50. Here's the reason why I say that I personally do not always spend at the 2,000 point increments level. What I don't recommend is filling your basket with a whole bunch of stuff that you don't want so that you can save that extra $25. In that case, you might actually just be buying a bunch of stuff that you didn't want in the first place. It's happened to me. That's how I know this. I find that when I spend at the 1,000 points level, it's on items that I was going to spend my own money on regardless. And that is the single-handedly biggest tip that I can give you about Ulta, is to remember that your points are still kind of money in your pocket. If you wouldn't spend $125 out of your own wallet, why would you spend your points that way? Now, another major perk of Ulta is their beauty breaks. Every Wednesday, generally every Wednesday, they offer a gift with purchase with roughly a $50 or $60 purchase. These are really nice little ways to get awesome samples. They often compare to Sephora's 500 point perks, except rather than have to spend $500, you only have to spend $50. This is yet another reason why I promote the use of 1,000 points at a time. You can spend those to get 2 sets of gift with purchases, or 1 if you're spending at the 2,000 points level. This is just, you have to figure out what appeals to you the most and what you really want. This is personal preference entirely. I think the biggest complaint that I hear with Ulta is people not knowing when the best bag is going to be. In my opinion, the best bags are the bags with $125, which is absolutely where you should spend your 2,000 points. And they also run beauty bags with YouTubers or other influencers, and those can be really amazing beauty bags. They often have a lot of full-size items in them, and those are usually with around a $70 purchase. I highly recommend watching out for those. The general beauty breaks, the weekly ones, are often just deluxe samples, but they can still be really nice if they're samples that you're interested in. My biggest tip with Ulta is to just be careful not to spend money that you didn't want to spend in order to get freebies. This is something that I'm telling you as somebody who's done it repeatedly. That's my best advice. Ulta is so tempting. Just make sure that you're buying things you really do want. In stark contrast to me saying that spending $1,000 at Sephora doesn't get you too much more, at Ulta it actually does. Ulta does these platinum perks. You hit platinum with a $450 purchase. They've also introduced the diamond level, where you get even more for having spent $1,200. Seriously, do not spend $1,200 just to hit this level, but if you are loyal to Ulta, if this is where you primarily shop, and you can get a lot at Ulta, including drugstore as well, then this is definitely a great perk, and it's certainly motivation to stay with Ulta for your purchases, so good job, Ulta. Next, I want to talk about department stores as a whole category. This includes Macy's, Nordstrom, Belk, Bloomingdale's, probably many more. These offer a really nice perk as opposed to Sephora and Ulta, and that is free shipping with any beauty purchase. Now, each of these stores do have their own perks, And if you primarily shop at any of these stores for clothing, it benefits you to shop for their beauty as well, so you can start to accrue those points or perks, however they do them. But just in terms of general beauty shopping advice, I would definitely say that if you're thinking about making a small purchase and you don't want to have to worry about hitting a free shipping level, it is very advantageous to consider these stores, so you can just hit your $20 purchase and be done. You don't have to fill up your basket with extras. Next, I want to mention buying direct. If you have a beauty brand that is a personal favorite that you buy a lot of products from, it is absolutely in your best interest to sign up for their rewards programs and shop through their site. A lot of these have really nice rewards programs, and I'll just go ahead and run you through a couple of my favorites. Urban Decay's reward system has been around for quite a while. What I really like about Urban Decay's point system is that you don't necessarily have to spend money in order to earn points. You can do things like link your Instagram, link your Pinterest, and all of these things can add up to get you a $10 coupon off. Now, I will go ahead and add some of my referrals, not affiliate links. I don't make money off of these, but I do get perks as well. For Urban Decay, you get an extra 100 points to sign up under my referral, so definitely take advantage of that. Those points count pretty quickly towards getting you the $10 and then the $20, what they call kickbacks, which is the same as a gift card. Smashbox Direct is also one of my favorite sites to shop from. I don't have any referral through them, but just telling you, they're one of my favorites. With Smashbox, you get points back on every purchase, and you get pretty good points back. Depending on the level at which you purchase, you either get 10% back on every order or 20% back on every order, and you can still combine that with cash back. If you're a big Smashbox junkie, absolutely shop through the site. Tarte also has a pretty awesome rewards program, which I will link that referral below as well. Tarte has that same deal where you do not necessarily have to make a purchase in order to earn points. In fact, I was so shocked when I went on the Tarte site recently and realized that every time I've opened an email, I get points. That's pretty nice, and they do redeem for gift cards. I recently redeemed a $20 gift card, and I hadn't even bought that much. So Tarte's point system does build up pretty quickly. I'm also a big fan of shopping Mac Direct. If you typically buy your Mac from Ulta, it may benefit you to instead buy through their site, as you do get free shipping, and at a certain point you will also get a free makeover through their store and other little perks like that. Depending on your level, you will also get more gifts with purchase. For example, they recently ran a mascara promotion where you'd either get a mini, a full size, or a set, depending on how much you've spent with them. So again, these programs are really paying you, rewarding you for shopping with them versus shopping through other retailers. Another major tip for shopping through direct websites is to look for anybody's referrals. It doesn't matter if it's mine or anybody else's. You can usually get a good discount to buy from them up front, 20% off, 30% off. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this. This is that initial purchase discount. Almost every direct site has that. So if you're typically shopping only at Sephora or Ulta and you'd like to get some kind of a deal, it may be in your best interest to check out the manufacturer's direct website. And on a quick note on referrals, when you use a referral link, you're helping the person whose link it is to be able to purchase more from that site, as opposed to an affiliate link where they just get direct pay. So it can be really nice to use somebody's referral if you know they are a big fan of a specific brand, because you are certainly helping them out to be able to buy more from them, and then you get a discount as well. Alright, let's talk about cashback. This is one of my favorite topics. If you are not using a cashback service, you should be. So let's start with Ebates. I think everybody's heard of Ebates by now. I'm going to have to say Ebates is not my favorite cashback service, but I've got to give them a certain quality, and that is reliable. Ebates is very, very reliable. They consistently pay out, there are no issues, but they often have the lowest cashback, which is why I like to use Ebates when they're doing one of their anniversary sales. They will often do 13, 14, 15% cashback. They have 8% back on Sephora from time to time, as opposed to the general 1 to 3% cashback. It can really add up, and it's definitely in your best interest to shop around even with cashback. Don't just make your purchase through Ebates. See who currently has the highest cashback rate. Ibotta is probably the second most popular cashback service. They are actually my least favorite, but I still use them, and probably more than Ebates, and I will tell you why. Ibotta is a little on the frustrating side, in my personal opinion, for cashback through beauty stores. I find them to take a long time to get your cash back to you. You always have to hit a minimum in order to cash out. It's just kind of an overall frustrating experience, so I don't really recommend them for beauty, but I would definitely say sign up with them anyway and use them for grocery stores and drugstores. I recently scanned in my rewards card at the grocery store. Yeah, this isn't limited to beauty stores. At the grocery store, and now I don't have to scan in my receipts anymore. I just open the Ibotta app, click through what I'm buying, and I get $3 to $4 back on every grocery trip. It adds up, it's fast, it's definitely Ibotta's strength, and I'll go ahead and include a $10 referral link to Ibotta as well. Alright, so let me talk about my favorite cashback services. Coupon Cabin is by far my favorite. And if you know me, you've already heard me talk about Coupon Cabin. Here's the benefit with Coupon Cabin. When you open the Coupon Cabin site and you scroll down, there will always be some members only benefits. A lot of times you'll see 10% cash back, 15% cash back, $5 on a $50 purchase, etc. Those are amazing deals. I don't recommend hanging out on Coupon Cabin trying to get the $50 off a $50 purchase. I'm gonna be honest with you that I have tried to do that and I've never had it happen, and I think this is actually why if you look up Coupon Cabin, they have a lot of kind of negative reviews, and I don't get it because I love them. But I realized a long time ago that was a waste of my time, so I don't do that. I do use them for those 15% back bonus offers. And the way that you get your cash back with Coupon Cabin is so incredibly easy. You set your minimum payment and it immediately cashes out. You do not have to log in to take it out. You do not have to wait. I have my minimum currently set to $7. Today, Coupon Cabin sent me $10. 3 days ago, they sent me $8. I constantly get my money back through Coupon Cabin. I cannot recommend them enough. And then my second favorite, this is kind of a newer one to me, and that is Be Frugal. Be Frugal promises to offer the highest cash back, and I found that to be pretty true. But the reason they're only my second favorite is because it's not as good as the members only benefits of Coupon Cabin all the time. Again, I'm telling you, shop around for your cash back because I use Be Frugal pretty frequently as well. Just to give you guys an example, if I'm shopping at Sephora and I want to get some cash back, I'll open up Ebates and see maybe 3%. I'll open up Coupon Cabin and maybe I've already taken advantage of the members only offers. You are limited with those. So then I'll go over to Be Frugal and maybe they'll have 5 to 6% cash back on Sephora. So of course it makes the most sense for me to use Be Frugal. Now I did want to make sure before I film this video that I've redeemed money from every one of these cashback retailers. That's part of why I didn't film this back in December when I first thought about it. At this point I've successfully redeemed from all 4 of these cashback providers. Be Frugal is a little slow. You do have to wait and you do have to manually log in and cash out, and it does seem to take about a week to get your money from that point, but you do get it. And another benefit with Be Frugal is that they do offer some really, really nice cash back from time to time. The initial sign up is $10. Go ahead and have a referral for that as well. I signed up through a referral and I was able to get an additional $10, which made it so that I could cash out much faster since you do have a $20 minimum. But again, anytime you have a minimum like that, absolutely sign up through a referral link. Get that extra $10 to help push you over so you can redeem faster. Alright, let's talk about gift cards real quickly because this is kind of, this one I have to put my notes down and really focus on this one. I have conflicting thoughts when it comes to gift cards, but I absolutely use them and I do recommend them. I just only recommend them through 2 websites. So when I'm talking about gift cards, I'm talking about gift cards that you go and buy and are instantly delivered to your email box, and you'll usually get some amount of discount, maybe 5% off. And the nice thing about buying gift cards is that you get a 5% discount, you go and use a cash back, you get another 5%. This all really does start to add up if you do use these services. I highly recommend Raise. You always get 1% back through Ebates when you purchase through Raise, and they've been running a lot of really good promotions. For example, you get 5% back on average with Sephora. When they run a bonus of 10%, you can get around 13% cash back. Really does start to add up and really quickly. When it comes to getting gift cards through other sources, I only recommend one other source based on my own experiences, and that is specifically PayPal digital gifts on eBay. They are reliable, they are consistent, they often offer an additional $10 back, an additional $5, etc. on your gift card. Meaning that if you buy a $100 gift card, you may get a $110 gift card for that same $100. Be extremely careful on eBay that you do not buy from anybody else. I am personally speaking to you as somebody who has had gift card torture. Back before I knew better, I bought a really discounted gift card, thought everything was great, and it turned out to be fraudulent. I don't have any idea what that means. All I know is it took me 3 weeks to get my money back, and I was out money for a very long time. Definitely not something I recommend. Remember that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, which is why everything I'm promoting in this video is pretty much 5 to 15% at most, cash back, discounts, etc. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Alright, so last category, let's talk about how to get completely free makeup. Now, you may have heard of Influenster, and you absolutely should sign up. I think a lot of people have this idea that you won't get sent free products if you're not a beauty blogger or YouTuber, and that's simply not true. I know I just said if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, so let me go ahead and explain why you're able to get free makeup. In general, when you're getting free items through Influencer or CrowdTap, which are the two I'm going to focus on, what you are exchanging for that is reviews. They want to know how these products are working. This information goes back to the manufacturer to use it going forward to make better products. And they'll also use your pictures. That is something I really want to make clear, is that if you upload a picture of you using one of these free makeup products, it's no longer yours. That's what you pay. I think a lot of people don't have any kind of problem with that. A lot of people would probably consider it a compliment, but if you do find that to be troublesome, then this is not going to be for you. If that sounds great to you, I definitely do recommend signing up for Influencer. Influencer has been sending me stuff since before I ever linked my YouTube. They are interested in reviews, they're interested in you uploading your pictures to Instagram, and they will send you really nice products, really nice Vox boxes, which are an assortment of products to review, high-end stuff, drugstore stuff, everything. And I've even won some of their contests. I've heard people complaining about this. Does anybody win? Yes, I've won twice. So definitely do their virtual Vox boxes as well. The other site that I would highly recommend is CrowdTap. CrowdTap is even easier to get items from than Influencer. And a really nice perk of CrowdTap is that you get Amazon gift cards. And yes, you really do get them. I've now redeemed a $10 Amazon gift card through CrowdTap. So you not only get free products, you actually get paid in Amazon gift cards to review them. What I've really enjoyed about using CrowdTap is that Influencer might send you 1 or 2 products. CrowdTap repeatedly has sent me 4 products at once to try. It is a really great way to get a really good grasp on a brand. The only trade-off with CrowdTap is that with Influencer, you kind of have an idea of when your pictures are being used. With CrowdTap, you don't. And I guess I should also say, since I did go ahead and tell you guys that you're pretty much giving away your pictures in exchange for reviews, so you know how cashback works. When you're using those cashback services, you are giving them your data so that they can sculpt more appropriate ads. This has never bothered me because I feel like websites do it no matter what. So for me, if I can get cashback on top of it, I'll do it. But it is something to be aware of. You know, nothing in this world is free, yada yada. It's true. It's true. So just know what it is that you're exchanging. I feel like it'd be irresponsible if I don't close out this video by also saying that anytime I'm talking about how to save money, you're still, in general, with free stuff aside, you're still spending money, so be conscious of your budget. You know, no matter how good a deal is, no matter how good perks are, just make sure that you're not putting yourself into debt in order to get deals. This is something that I've actually seen many people do. I feel like when I was younger, I kind of came close to this myself. Just be conscious that you're not shopping entirely for deals and perks, and you're actually shopping for items that you really do want. There's actually a type of shopping addiction that is based entirely around being a sale shopper. Just remember at the end of the day that all of these loyalty programs and perks and gifts with purchases are all to motivate you to spend more. So just make sure that you are always staying within your budget, not spending just because you want to spend, but spending because you want the products. Alright guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments. I am a very experienced shopper, and I am happy to help you get the best deal that you possibly can. So please ask away. If you did like this video, please make sure you give it a like, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, YouTube.